Fresh air, fresh air, fresh air, fresh air. This is log 60. Come on. Why, yay, yay. My back's kind of hurting me. Hopefully, you guys can hear me better now. Sorry, I always have to double check. It's like I should check before I should do the video, but my name is Ahmed Rahim. Oh, okay, yeah. This is crazy, log 60. That's insane. That is insane. Well, the film Tony was amazing. A really good film. I need to do my letterbox about that film as well, actually. It's funny because after the film finished, I looked at Noor and I was like, now I want to become a chef. It's just that's how much the film moved me. It made me feel like, oh, now I can become a chef. I love it when films do that, when they make you feel like you can do the thing that they've just gone through. And it's just like, of course, no, it doesn't really work like that. I'm not a chef. I've never really wanted to be a chef. But there was a moment that I sat down and I was like, I can make it. It's just so funny how my brain works sometimes. And if anyone else gets that, please let me know because I think it's just such a funny thing. But otherwise from that, the film is a beautiful film about Anthony Bourdain. I need to watch more of the videos that's on YouTube. I used to watch some of his videos, but I feel like I would like to watch more. Just because how he was, like the videos I watched. I think there's a video when he went to Vietnam and he was talking about the street food there, and then he even sat with the locals and talked to people, and that for me was something so beautiful. Because, for example, not for example, but when I go traveling, I love to like mix in with the locals. I want to know where the local spots are. I don't want to see no tourists. I just want to be in their culture. I want to understand them for who they are. Like what do they eat in the morning? What are their hobbies? What do they do? I know it's not the way I'm saying it sounds like, oh, that like everyone else is aliens and I'm trying to figure out. No, no, no. I'm just so interested in people's cultures and traditions. I think because why not? Like it's just nice to understand that and see if I can apply anything that I've learned from traveling to my own life. But also it gives you a wider frame of how to watch this movie of life and how to interact with people and how to treat people. Because when you travel the world, then you realize that we're all the same. There's no difference. And I feel like some people get so stuck up in their own mind that they are different. And I'm not saying, oh, if you go to a resort or an all-inclusive holiday, like you're one of those bougie people. But at the same time, I feel like it's like, get out. Do you know what I mean? Like you go to an all inclusive hotel in like Jamaica, and everyone's like, "Oh, but it's so dangerous." And I hate when people say like, "Oh, it's so dangerous." You go to London and it's friggin' dangerous. You go to Manchester, it's dangerous. You go to any parts of England and it's dangerous. People still get killed in these parts of the world. Like you go in like the only parts of the world that are bad are the third world countries, and like places like Europe are the first world countries. And it's like, wait there, buddy. Wait there, buddy. Don't do that. Don't do that. I hate when shit like that happens. It just jars me out. Like trying to call Africa like a third world country. Well, it's a continent, but do you know what I mean? It's just like what? You can't take everything. You can't take everything from a set of people. You can't take everything, right? You can't. For example, you can't take all the food. You got a batch. You got like a family of foxes, right, in one little area. You can't take all their food and their resources, right? and you take it for yourself. So you and your tribe are good, and and your foxes or families are good. I don't know why I'm trying to do this analogy like this, but you can't do it when your family's good and everything for you is good, and build up your economy and build up your world off the resources of the other foxes you just took from. And then when these foxes start to fight one another because the brainwash of thinking, oh, you're my enemy because blah blah blah, this and that. I don't have anything, so now I have to fight to survive and do everything for myself because I don't have anything, and our economy is shit, right? How does that make them the third world country when you, the originator, the one that went in and took everything, believes that you are better than these people? It baffles me how your mind can think like that, how you can look at certain people. And it happens when you go to so many different countries. I went Mexico. I went to Mexico. And I didn't stay in no fancy hotel. Me and my family stayed in an Airbnb. And my mum found this Airbnb in the middle of nowhere in the sticks. We had to get like over an hour, like small little like two buses to get to the center of Cancun. Over an hour. So we were like, I think, I don't know if I got photos. We were in the middle of, not nowhere, but like we're in this neighborhood where no one spoke a lick of English, just about no one spoke a lick of English. Our next door neighbors, because my mum went down there a week before us, and she made friends with the taxi driver. He then became basically our private taxi driver. And later down the line, we actually went out to his family's house and had dinner with his family. And we like took pictures, and he basically spent the whole time with us whilst we were there. And my mum made friends with the neighbors of the where we were staying in the Airbnb, this couple, who also invited us for dinner. Right? And there was kind of an English, like there was a barrier of language, but we were still able to understand one another. And after that moment, it made me realize, I was like, wow, this is what it is. This is the most beautiful thing. Because before I went to Mexico, everyone's like, oh, Mexico. So don't get me wrong, Mexico is dangerous, brother. Mexico is dangerous. Right? But when I went there, yeah, everyone's like, oh, be careful of Mexico, Mexico. When I went there, I was like, wow. Like, I hardly, if you go out looking for danger, right, if you go in looking for danger, you're going to find it. Do you know what I mean? Like, all you have to do is if you go into a certain country, you look that country up. Okay, it says the country is dangerous. You look into the certain areas where it's dangerous, and you just avoid those areas. It's like me, going into the deepest parts of London, right? Or let's say in Liverpool or Manchester or wherever, and I'm wearing the most flashiest things. I've got my camera around my neck. Am I gonna get robbed? Yes, I'm going to get robbed. Why? Because my ass ain't meant to be there, brother. Do you know what I mean? And especially when you can't speak a lick of their language, if you don't try and understand their language or understand them, they're not going to care. I've realized every time I've gone on holiday, me and my wife now, but before that, I try to learn a little bit of the language, like how to say hello, how you doing, where's this, where's that. And when you speak to them in their language, sometimes they are so surprised because, especially us English. I remember what I just said. Not you. I said us English because I speak English and I'm an English guy. I'm an English boy basically. I've lived here my whole life. I'm an English boy. Just got Jamaican roots. But when you speak their language, especially coming from an English boy, they get so surprised because they're like, oh, you're actually trying. A lot of people don't try. And I'm not just saying it's England, but it could be America. It could be like the rest of Europe. But they're like, you don't even speak. But they get so surprised, when you speak their language. They're like, oh, wow. Like, it's like it really touches them because it's like you're trying. You're not just coming here and be like, hey, I want this, I want that. And then when they don't understand you, you start getting angry. The whole thing I was trying to say about the whole fox thing, I just hate when people talk about like certain countries and shit in that country, and it's like I seen this video about this guy talking about how colonization was good for Africa and especially Nigeria because it developed the country because that country was never going to get developed, and it's just like, wait a minute, buddy, how the do you how dare you say that? How dare you say colonization is this is why I don't like when people tell me that colonization is something that is something good. Oh, but if colonization never happened, you wouldn't be here. I understand that I wouldn't be here, but you know what would have happened? The mother countries where we come from would have been so developed. Like I hate when. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, this is I just had to make sure I got the information I needed before I start going more. Like I was saying, but how my ancestors or my mother countries like Africa or Jamaica would have been so more developed. To be honest, if I wouldn't have gone to my family wouldn't have gone to Jamaica, wouldn't have made it to Jamaica. Probably wouldn't have been born because of the plantations where in Jamaica and a lot of Africans got sent over to Jamaica from America to Jamaica, and a lot of Caribbean islands was plantations. Going off what that guy was saying about being more civilized, remember that word, civilized, right? And that the whole um, that those African countries like Nigeria and blah 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 would have never developed. For example, Egypt, Kenya, Ghana, and there's another place. That's the Ashanti tribe, and that's in Ghana. That's Kenya, and then there was Egypt, and there's another one, but I can't find it. Right? For example, Egypt built limestone toilets and dedicated indoor bathroom spaces in wealthier homes nearly 5,000 years ago. Hmm. A lot of they had the Ghana and Kenya and Egypt, and there's some other tribes. There's one that begins with an N, but I just can't remember. Nibia. I can't pronounce it right. Right? Before Europe had sewage systems and plumbing systems, these African countries had a sewage system, had toilets, whilst England was throwing toilet shit and piss out of the window, just like the rest of Europe, right? But you had these so-called third world countries and undeveloped countries had whole kingdoms and systems way before the Western world ever did. Hmm. So I don't. I hate when people out here, but these countries would have never developed. Africa was such a developed country. Yeah, but they were fighting with sticks and running around with bow and arrows and all that kind of shit. Have that. You can have your guns and have all of that. Because whilst the plague was happening in Europe, the plague never happened in Africa. the Black Plague. It never happened. It never touched places like Africa. And the reason why the Black Plague happened, of course, we say it was the rats, but it was how Europe was living at the time. How England was living at the time, throwing feces and piss out of the window onto the floors, all everywhere. Everywhere. As soon as you step out, there's piss and shit everywhere. There was no hygienic. There was no one being hygienic. The kings and queens bathed once or twice a year, whilst the rest of like places like Africa was bathing on the what's it called. You can do your research. They have they would go to the rivers and bathe in the rivers on a daily basis. I feel like I've wasted 60 minutes of your life. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I think I get so angry about certain stuff. And then, like, I've got the knowledge, but I need more. I need more. I need to know more so I can tell you all more. And I'm going to do more. I just basically, what I did now is that I cooked some food and then I wrote down everything I was going to do this week. You can already see that shit. I wrote down everything I was going to do this week and what I need to do, and then working out with my wife. Now I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do more research into this. I don't know if I'm going to say that actually. Let me tell you this as well. This is what kind of annoys me. So the other day I was trying to do I think I've already told you this. I swear I've already said this. But I'm going to say it again because it's been stuck on my mind for a while now. I was trying to do a video on Instagram about failure and what it means to fail and what people think of failure. But then also what other like civilizations think, what they represented failure as, what they perceived failure as. So now I was like, oh, let me look at some African philosophers, because I was getting a lot of like Greek philosophers when I typed in failure. People like Socrates and Plato and all these people, right? Anyway, I typed in African philosophers. Yeah. And then, no, I have said all of this. I think I've said all of this. Because I'm just going back on it. I think I'm going to say it again, though, because this shit riles me up. It riles me blood up, you dirty bastards. Yeah, I've definitely said this. I don't need to say it again. I don't need to say it again. That's how easy sometimes I bite. Like you can go fishing all day with me, mate, and I'll bite every single time. My whole point is my brain is crazy. What I was talking about people going on holiday in resorts, like I'm fine with it. It's just go out and see, man. Go out and visit these people. Don't think they're friggin' savages. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't think these people that you're going, how cheeky of you, yeah, and how delusional of you to go to a different country, stay in a all-inclusive hotel, and don't want to step outside the hotel because there's savages outside. Because they're savages. You don't want to mix with the savages. That's how your brain is thinking. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to get an all-inclusive. If you want to go for all-inclusive, go for all-inclusive. Relax, chill, don't pay for nothing. Everything's paid for. Drink how much you want to drink, enjoy it, eat. But at the same time, go out and see. Go out and see the friggin' place, man. Like, why are you spending all your money? It's not your money, shut up. But why are you spending all that money just to stay in your hotel? What? Do you know how cheeky that is? Especially in places like Jamaica. Because a lot of the land now, yeah, is now affecting the locals because of these resorts. These resorts are now. Oh no way! There's no way. These resorts here are now banning and blocking the locals from going on the beaches because it's meant for the people for the resorts. All the resorts here and all the coastal area of Jamaica are owned by private investors from outside of Jamaica, right? I'm not saying this is your fault. This is also the Jamaican government's fault because those private investors will invest a lot of money to build a resort, and the Jamaican government's like, yeah, we need the money, give us the money. But then, if the whole of the coastal area, so say around the east side of Jamaica, yeah, is all resorts, no locals are allowed to go on that beach. Do you know how insane that is to me? And that the locals now are losing out on businesses because these all-inclusive hotels provide everything for everyone. So no one wants to go out and eat. So these businesses are not even reaping from the fruits. The fruits being you going there and spending your blood clot money. Does that make sense? So it's like that's why I say go out and visit the people, learn more about these people's cultures. Also because you get to then see that everyone's the friggin' same, man. Everyone's the same. If everyone went out and seen the world and what's it called, uh, converse and communicate with other people, strangers that they don't even know, I swear down there'll be less hate and racism. I swear down, because people would be understanding one another. Even you may not even speak English with people, right? Speak like my friend told me. Yeah, his dad lives in France, and his dad lives. I forgot where he lives. Whereabouts in France? It begins with a B. Yeah, I can't remember. But he's saying his dad lived in a flat, and his next door neighbor didn't speak a lick of French. But these two kind of became best friends. Like he said, he remember one time coming in, and he's seen his dad and his neighbor. I know they're just like trying to communicate, but there was a language barrier. But they're still like communicating through like um, saying words. Like if they were trying to say like pen, and like he's like trying to grab a pen, he's trying to do that and show, and his dad would be like, oh yeah, 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 and like they're trying to really understand each other. They're trying to find a way to understand one another, right? And a good example is Project Hail Mary. Two people who are from completely two different planets find a way to communicate and help each other out. And I feel like that's what human beings need to do more of. Communicate with other people. You may not understand that individual. You may think the worst of that person. No, no, you know what it is, yeah? Some people see a certain race in a certain light because that's the information they've been given, or they've met a person and had a bad experience with that other person, with, say, for example, a white person meeting a black person. That black person was a bastard and an evil person and did shit bad. Then you kind of translate that all black people are bad, vice versa. It's like it doesn't work like that, big dog. Uh, and that's why I feel like it's important. I think that's why I think it's important to go out and see and travel and get to know one another, get to know people. And if people can't do that, I'm gonna do that through my plays and the films I make. I'm gonna get to people's brains. I'm gonna break past that wall and tell them to communicate. I'm gonna tell them. I think that's what I've been given. This thing to be able to create, right? To help break down this wall of hatred and just give love. I've always just wanted to spread love around the world, like give people love, make sure people love one another, no matter what race, creed, nothing. It doesn't matter. And I've always thought, how do I do that? And I've realized recently it's through my creativity. That's the only way I can communicate the best way. Like right now, I just wasted 25 minutes of me talking, and none of it's gonna make sense. But if I was to write a play or make a film, that's how I communicate. I'm not really good with my words, but I can communicate with my creativity. Oh, 25 minutes. Thank you all for listening, man. That feels good getting off my head. I've got a good week looking ahead, working out, creating. Tomorrow morning, I've got a Zoom call with a friend who's helping me write. One of my wife's friend. So it's me, my wife, her friend. I need to actually inform another friend to help me write this play, so we can get it up and loaded, get it out there. Boom, splash, boom. No more sitting on ideas. Just do it. That's it. Just do the idea. Whatever you have in your mind, do it. If it fails, work on it again. Analyze. Try another way. Because if you sit on an idea, next year someone could use that idea already. There's over 8 billion people in the world with so many ideas, right? Just do your idea. Just do it. Just push it out there. As if it fails, that's fine. Failure is the only way to succeed. Failure is the only way to succeed. Because you can have everything good and not fail. And you could be living large, having a big company, all this, and that. But when you get up that top, when you get on top of that mountain and everything starts crumbling down underneath you and you fail big time and you don't know what to do because you've not failed before. What do I do? And then you start breaking down and your mindset starts crumbling. But if you have someone who's failed so many times, tried this, failed, and then analyze that. Okay, I learned from that. Let's try and do this. When that person gets to the top and everything starts crumbling down, composure, calm. Okay, that's fine. But before I reach that bottom, I know what to do because I've seen this happen before. So fail. Go out and fail, man. Fail. Go out and talk to strangers. Go out and talk to people. If it doesn't work, that's fine. It doesn't matter. You're never going to see that person ever again in your life. It's insane. You're not going to actually see that person ever again in your life. So why be stuck upon it? Why? Go out and fail. Do not be like the rest of people who just sit and accept and sit in comfortability. Comfortability is dangerous. She is dangerous. Fail. I'd rather fail. Oh, so go. Just do it, man. Failure and discipline. Those are the two things. And enjoyment as well, of course. You have to enjoy it. Enjoy to fail, man. Yeah, I'm about to watch a film. I'm about to wrap this up. I gotta do the rest of it with my wife tomorrow. I gotta put the chicken in the fridge. That means that's all cooked. That's all done and dusted. I'm gonna brush my chops. No, get a tea, then brush my teeth. And then call it a day. How about that? So, fail. Go out and fail. Go out and see the world. Go out and love one another. Go out and actually care for one another. Stop thinking and seeing the world in 1D. See it in 20D. See it in so many different ways. Don't just think the world is one way. Or that you have to be one way because other people have told you so. Experience the world, experience life, go out and travel. Travel and see the world. Because when you go out and travel the world and see the world, you probably will see yourself. You find new things out about yourself. And it's so cheesy. It was that's so cheesy. Like when people say you go out to the world and you, I'm gonna go out and find myself. That shit happens. That shit genuinely happens. Why? Because you're meeting so many other people, seeing so many different cultures that you're experiencing and understanding yourself on a deeper level. In the sense of, oh, I actually really like this. Oh no, I don't like that. Oh, I like that thing. You know that. You know that thing over there? Yeah, I like that. And you get to a point where you start listening to yourself Not listen to what other people have told you what to do, but you listen to yourself and the things you like and do like and the things you don't like and the kind of people you like and the kind of people you want to be around. And all these things, all these experiences, you learn from it. And if you go and watch the film Tony, that's a great example from that as well. It's someone who was in a certain way, went to this place, right, and completely failed, but learned so much from other people, learned so much about himself from other people. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Just go, man. That's why I always tell people to go and travel. I always tell people to go and travel and see the world. I'm so grateful that me and my mum and my family have traveled a lot, and that my mum's showed me the way how to travel, how you should travel. Don't try and travel luxury. Of course, if you got the money and you want to travel luxury, do it, man. Get that shit. Get it. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, see the world properly, man. Travel and see the people. Get to know people. You know what I mean? That's me done, man. That's me done. Peace.